Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I have been working for about 4 years now in the corporate world, and just like with anything in life, nothing is as it seems at first. I've picked up a few tips and tricks along the way, and although they seem to be a bit controversial and not something you would find on a regular blog on how to succeed in your career, like chili peppers in cooking, your life needs a little kick, not to be too bland. So let's go. Okay, you got your first job, you started working. About 6 months in, you got some experience under your belt. I recommend start looking for a new job right away. It doesn't mean you're planning to jump ship unless your workplace is toxic, then please ASAP. But put into motion just a habit of weekly going job grocery shopping. You check out the jobs, you check out the perks, you touch base with LinkedIn recruiters. Make sure to research companies in your niche, check out the perks they have, the benefits, and you will see how exciting it really is to go shopping for these jobs. I call it shopping because it's just exciting to look through all these postings and imagine yourself in that position. What does this do for you? Well, first of all, you can find a great opportunity you didn't think was out there. Secondly, it hones your interview skills and your getting a job skills. Those skills are very specific. Somebody who is much worse than you at the job that you do might get it over you because they have honed those skills. Just like with standardized tests, you can have all the knowledge available for that test and all the skills, but if you don't know how to take that test, your chances of success are less likely. Same with job hunting / getting a job, going through the interview process skills. Keeping my options open and responding to a LinkedIn recruiter actually showed me that the salary that I could be potentially making was twice more than what I was making at that time. And it kind of opened my mind to the fact that salary potential and benefits potential and just getting a better, I don't want to say dream job, but overall a better package is within the reach of everyone. It's just a matter of timing, passing the interviews, and having in-demand market skills that you're working on or under your belt. Number 2, always keep a paper trail. Now this isn't Panama Papers version 2, and I have been lucky enough in this position that I work at not to be thrown under the bus and have people look out for me, but I've seen and I continue to see people getting thrown under the bus because there hasn't been a clear documentation of what was agreed on, what was the timeline, who was supposed to do what. And you might think it's innocuous and somebody just mentions, could you do A, B, C, and I'll do D, E, F. And as time passes, maybe they're swamped, maybe they're overwhelmed, or maybe they're just looking for somebody to blame. They'll turn around and say, you were supposed to also do D, and you were supposed to also do E. Why isn't this done? And then it becomes a matter of he said, she said, or maybe they're your manager and you don't have as much standing as they do. So that could escalate pretty quickly for you. So make sure to always document things. How can you do it in a way that's not too weird or to be more diplomatic? After a meeting, if it's especially a high-stakes situation where emotions are running high, or it's somebody you're working with that you haven't worked with before, summarize after every meeting in an email to them action points and say, oh, we've agreed on this, and just for convenience and reference, I'm just writing this email so we can refer to it later. That's it. That's all you have to do. And just don't delete any correspondences or any emails, and you are set to be good. Number 3, job loyalty. And this is, I think, the most controversial one because I do believe that having a sense of loyalty to your team and to the cause is good, but not to a point where it starts to infringe on your well-being. I know so many brilliant, hardworking people that feel guilty for taking time off. And I'm not talking people in their early 20s, people in their early 30s, people in their 40s and their 50s feel guilty and don't take time off for years. And that's your deserved time off. And I don't know if it accumulates at your company, but in most places that I've seen, it doesn't. So from year to year, you're losing the time that you rightfully got to rest. And I have a list of other things. Maybe you can recognize them in yourself. So not taking vacation days, not charging expenses you incurred at work, not taking advantage of extra perks or bonuses, taking on too much work, being promised something continually but not seeing any changes about it, and then you yourself not doing anything about it. The list actually goes on and on. These are some of the things that I've personally done, and I've put a stop to it because it's just infringing on my well-being, and it actually breeds resentment. Listen, take what you are given. If you were not entitled to it, you wouldn't have been offered that package or those benefits. There are structures in place to make sure that they're retaining you and giving you optimally what they can to keep you happy. So take it. I had a friend who was not happy at her job. There were a lot of things that they were doing wrong, and she kept telling me, well, the managers treat me so well, I feel like part of family, I have a sense of duty. And she didn't even look at the prospective jobs, look at what the market is looking for or what is in demand, and they fired her on her birthday. Like on her birthday, she got fired. So it's a business, big or small, and if you're gone, maybe they'll be sad, but they will look for a replacement. Number 4. Work smarter, not harder. We all want to apply ourselves, and if you mix in there good interpersonal relationships, a sense of perfectionism, wanting to prove yourself, feeling like you have to support the team, pick your poison. I mean, I'm saying all of this from personal experience. You start picking up slack, offering work to people who are drowning because of improper management of time. You start working later, and you start doing grunt work that nobody wants to be doing. In a healthy environment, we all have to do things that we don't want to do. There's always plenty of healthy amounts of grunt work. And I'm not saying if your colleague or your friend at work is drowning, you don't offer them help. But if you continuously do offer help to anyone and pick up the slack over different projects, and everybody knows that you probably won't say no to some kind of a grubby grunt work, and they rely on you heavily and they reach out to you constantly and they tell you it's just going to be an hour or 2, but then it takes up 2 whole days of your working, you're having issues with your boundaries and you're not working smart. Working smart is do what you have to do, don't be a jerk, help out people when they really need your help, but also think strategically, what is the team lacking in? What are the long-term goals of the team? What can I develop in my personal arsenal of skills that will long-term be leveraged by my team? What will make me indispensable? My mom shared an expression with me, and she said, the hardest worker at a factory is a horse. And you don't want to be just the hardest worker. You want to be the most valuable. If you find something really cool that your team will benefit from long-term strategically, by all means work as hard as you want, put all of your back into it, but just please don't shortchange yourself and be a buffer for everybody else. 5th tip is to increase your own visibility. You have to champion your own cause. At work, we're often taught during our ethical trainings that doing the right thing is not enough. It's also important to have the appearance of doing the right thing, to always have an upright aura around you, to come across as somebody who does the right thing. Now let's extend this metaphor. Let's extend this argument. It's not enough to be smart, to be hardworking, to do great things. I know so many hardworking, intelligent people carrying the whole project on their back, but because they don't champion their cause, because they don't highlight what they're doing, they're not getting the recognition they truly deserve. And you can still be humble and graceful about your accomplishments and all the hard work you're putting into your day-to-day grind. For example, you can keep a list of your highlights or accomplishments, and then during your check-ins when you're with your manager or during a conversation, gracefully, don't be obtuse about it. You can mention it or say, I've been really excited to explore new skills and I got this certification, or I've been having troubles with the client's approach and I've proposed a new template and it's been working great. I've been hoping to implement it across all of our division. This will definitely propel you forward. Now, let's extend this even further. Do not only highlight what you do. Be generous and genuine in your praise of others. This starts a cycle not of only healthy workplace, but also creates a good, I guess, circle around you of people who know that you won't say bad things about them, and especially when they're not around, you would praise them, highlight their work. You're not being grubby and greedy about only I'm doing all this great work. Be genuine and generous with the praise for others. And lastly, find yourself a mentor. And if you're struggling finding a mentor or you don't know how to do it, I made a whole video about that and my personal experience and experience of others getting a mentor. You can check it out on my channel. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to thumbs up, drop me a comment, or maybe even subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And honestly, seeing every now and then that one person subscribes to my channel really boosts my mood and keeps me going. So would really appreciate it. But yes, find a mentor who will champion your cause alongside with you. It's really important that there is a dedicated person who has your back, provides you with resources, and kind of guides you through the jungle of the corporate world, where you can place your strategic bets on what to learn and what to explore. All right, guys. Sorry to say this is the end of the video. These were my 5 controversial tips on how to navigate the corporate world. If you enjoyed it, if you want to see more about my trial and tribulations and my learning journey along the way, make sure to stay tuned. I post a video every Friday at 3 p.m. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. If I tell you